Hi and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, hi and welcome to my channel. We're doing the rising sign readings for the month ahead, being August now, and we're up to, like I like to say, Cancean or Cancerian rising, aka Cancer rising. Yeah, so we're going to be looking into the astrology. If you don't already know about these readings, we're going to look into the astrology and then jump into other oracle cards that aren't astrology related. Yeah, I'm coming off the back of the Gemini reading, and I'm still sort of. It's almost like I was having coffee shots with the Geminis because it was really fast paced. So if I'm a little fast with things at the moment, I'm sorry. But also it might be a good thing if the video's not 5 hours long, for once. But yeah, anyway, we'll see what happens. But yeah, the headlines being, whether you follow my channel or not, or these readings, you probably already know Pluto's in retrograde. Saturn recently went into retrograde. Neptune's in retrograde. Now, Venus will be in retrograde by the time I upload this to the channel. She's only a couple of days out before she's in retro. Actually, I think it's only one day now. Yeah, I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, I think she'll be retrograde tomorrow, actually. Yeah. So she's going to be in retrograde. What have we got now? That's Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, Venus. Now, Uranus is a slow mover as well, so my guess is, even though he's not yet in retrograde, my guess is early August we'll be starting to feel his pre-shadow retrograde energies. And Jupiter will be retrograde further along, but I still also think that we're probably going to feel his retrograde energies as well, at least halfway through August. So that's like 7 planets. The Sun and Moon are considered planets, but they never go retrograde. Also, Mars won't be going retrograde because he went retrograde late last year, and he doesn't retrograde until another 18 months from then. So we're talking about a year and a half before he goes retrograde. What else? Oh, Mercury's not retrograde this month, but I think he is in September though. But I don't think we'll be feeling his pre-shadow this month in August though yet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure not. Yeah, no, we won't, because it will be, I think, I'm trying to remember the dates. I've got 10th of August in my head for some reason. Maybe that is it. I forgot to check. I should have checked, because I've got a feeling he's retrograde in September, but I think the pre-shadow will be still back in August as well, or it's the 10th of September. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, if it is August, I'll put it in the description box or in a pinned comment. For some reason, it's sort of, yeah, it's throwing me. I think it was just all that piped up, energetic energy of the reading I just did before for for Gemini. Like I said, I feel like I was having coffee shots with the Gemini risers. Excuse me. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, with Venus retrograde, if you haven't already, I made a video specifically about Venus retrograde. It's not a card reading. It's showing the charts, and yeah, and that I've loaded onto. It's been it's been there for a couple of weeks, I think now, or a week or two. It's been on my channel in the community tab. So if you jump into the community tab, you'll find that video there, and I go into each specific rising sign and what sort of things each of you can expect. You know, certain things that might come about or might come up for the specific rising sign, and where Venus retrograde will be hitting each one, and obviously your Cancean rising. So Venus will be retrograding in the sign of Leo. So where Leo is in your chart is where, obviously it's going to be hitting your second house. But yeah, I go more in depth in the actual Venus video. So if you jump onto my community tab, and I've got, don't be worried about the time of the video, because I've also got plenty of timestamps, so you can just jump into the bits that you want to watch. You don't have to watch the whole way through, because as I said, I go through every single rising sign, and you probably don't want to be hearing every single rising sign. So yeah, so I've got plenty of timestamps in that video. I think that's it for now, so I think we can jump into your cards now and see what okay, sorry, that might be a thing, because yeah, because I had the fast energy of Gemini risers, and now I'm getting a throat thing, so maybe there's something about speaking up. I don't know yet, we'll see. Might have nothing to do with it, I don't know. So yeah, let's jump into the astrology side first and see what's going on for you, Cancean risers. Okay, waning crescent, as you can see, it's coming off the full moon, moving towards the new moon, and see where it's getting close to the new moon. This is a 3-day window right here from the full moon energies, 3 days, and then boom, the new moon will hit. So we're opening up with the final bits of the full moon energy of letting go or making adjustments and changes. We'll see what else has to. Okay, Sagittarius is your 6th house. Virgo themes covered by the sign of Sagittarius for you. 6th house. Lunar eclipse. Again, I didn't check when the next eclipse is. I've got a feeling one will be coming up soon. Don't think it's this month though. Yeah, I might have to make a note, because yeah, I think that came up last month, the eclipse card. It could be from the previous eclipse, because there is that 3-month window, because the eclipses are really powerful, and this is a lunar one, which means, as you can see, it's the full moon one, which is about letting go, releasing, making whatever adjustments and changes. It's not always a negative thing. It's nothing to fear, unless you're hanging on to something that deep down, if you asked yourself the question, do I really need to do this, and the answer is no, and you're still hanging on to it, then the eclipse will come and unceremoniously pull the carpet from under you. That's when it's difficult. But if you already know ahead of time, so either this has already happened and you're feeling the effects, and the last tendrils of letting go of whatever happened, or whatever ended or stopped or changed in some way, or this is a heads up, which is actually a good thing, because then you can be in the driver's seat taking a look at, because essentially with so many planets retrograde, they're all doing the same thing, as in asking us to look at certain parts of our life, depending on which planet is retrograde, where it is hitting each house and so forth. This is the perfect time to take inventory, to take stock, to look at what changes might need to be made. And if it is the case that you have not been hit, because I've been hit with the eclipses before, the lunar eclipses, and they've been really painful, and I don't wish that on anyone. But obviously some people have, and this is also the thing as well. If the eclipses were to be feared, then everybody would fear them at the same time. But there's many people that don't even, that sail through the eclipse time and nothing goes on for them. It depends on where that eclipse is hitting at the time, and whether that area of your chart is needing to make adjustments or not. But at this point, my hope is that this hasn't come yet, which means that's a fantastic thing for you, because you get to be in the driver's seat and you get to take a look at, okay, what changes, adjustments, whatever might I need to look into. I go into that with the Venus video, so I really recommend you take a look at that, and that because I think that will give you a bit of extra information, because I go into more depth with that. Okay, psyche. Well, as it implies, it's about your emotional psyche, and how give and take, how you're being treated. What else? I can't think right now. First house, that's your rising sign, Cancer rising. I think psyche is also, I think it's, if I remember rightly, it's also about, because that's why I've touched on how you're being treated. Because are you thinking about, or are you worrying about, full moon, what you've got to release, are you worrying about what other people think? And that adage of what other people think of me is none of my business really rings true, because you don't want to have that holding you back and like a ball in a chain, because you cannot move forward successfully while carrying a 10-ton ball and chain sort of thing, and that can be the case. That can feel like that if you're allowing other people's opinions to be your story. And you're Cancer rising too, so that could be a thing that could happen as well. So you can get a bit, no shade, I have 2 Cancean suns, but you can take things a bit personally maybe. But see, here's the thing, and I always say this, if someone has an opinion and they've said this to you, or you've found, somehow found out that they think that way or whatever, the thing is, people base their opinions on their own life experience through their own eyes. So they don't base it on your life experience. So therefore it is biased, because it is about their life experience and things they do and don't like. And that's why the adage is, what other people think of me is none of my business, because it cannot be the thing holding you back. I feel like that's needs to be said. We'll see what else comes through. Sorry to get so sort of in your face. Sun could be your sun sign, or where the transiting sun is now. Well, Leo has been quite prominent recently, but the sun will be in Leo in August. Neptune. All right. Well, there's positives and negatives to all the planets, all the signs, so on and so forth. Neptune can have foggy thinking. Neptune is also retrograde. But this is the thing as well. I say, don't fear the retrogrades. They are here to help us move our life forward in a better direction. And it's the same even with eclipses. Like I said, they can hit hard if we dig our heels in, or dig our nails in, and refuse to make any changes, or refuse to at least take a look at, okay, is there anything that needs to be changed? Is there a dynamic, like within a relationship? You haven't got Libra yet. Sag, where's Sag again? Sag is 6th house. 1st house is your rising sign. See if there's an aspect between your Neptune and your Sun in your chart too. I mean, we'll see if there's any other cards that come up with any aspects of like squares or oppositions or trines or sextiles. But I've got a feeling with it starting up with this full moon energy. And obviously at the start of the month, we're going to have a full moon first. And if I load this up soon enough, then you're going to, well, wait a second, you will anyway, sorry, I'm confusing matters, sorry, beg your pardon. This one will be before the new moon. 3 days, that's a 3-day window. Yeah, so I hope that this guy hasn't come. And I say that with a lot of love. I send a lot of love. Because, like I said, if it hasn't, then you have the power. You have the power then to check in and see, okay, is there a dynamic that's, you know, upsetting me in some way? Can I speak up about it? You know, am I letting someone else's biased opinion be my story, you know, holding me back from moving forward? Okay, let's see what else comes through. Uranus. Well, that will be retrograde before too long. Like I said, at the start of August, I think pretty much the start of August we'll be feeling his energies if we don't already. Your potential for sudden change, enlightenment and awakening. Boom. Boom. Sudden change, enlightenment and awakening. It was kind of both, yeah. Cancer rises. Cancean rises. You need a sudden change. If you've been pulling yourself down or feeling down emotionally because of someone else's snarky comments or whatever, don't let it get to you. They aren't you. You have a life to live. They're not living the life for you. No, that's not how I want to put it. You're not living your life for them. You're living it. You need to live your life for you. Gemini. Okay. The energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, and informative. Stimulating exchange is possible. Yes, talk things through. There can be calm and peaceful energies too. Your moon ruled, not Gemini, Cancean, moon ruled. That's your ruling planet is the moon. The sun and moon are considered planets in astrology, and the sun and moon never go retrograde, so don't worry about that. Yeah. So there might be some communication involved. You don't have a lot of cards either, actually. Capricorn. Okay, the boss. You can be the boss. And look, Psyche. You can be the boss of your own feelings, of what goes in and out of your mind, or of what you react to. And see how he is sort of contemplating. He looks like he's kind of contemplating, but he's also not looking like he's worried or fearful. He's just contemplating because he's got his horns. He's ready to climb that mountain. That's what Capricorns do. They climb like straight up cliff side mountains. They're not afraid. And that's the same with Psyche. If there's been some sort of dynamic, this is the perfect time to deal with it because of all these retrogrades, you know. Pluto wants you to go deep. Neptune wants to bring the spirituality and the beauty and the art into it. Who else? Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn. Saturn wants you to be organised and take things slow and even in increments. You don't have to be jumping down someone's throat. Not that I think Canceans usually do anyway. You're usually sort of perhaps brooding and quiet about, I mean, you will speak up for others, but for yourself, perhaps not so much. Yeah. But I think, see, also Capricorn is your descendant. See, we've got your ascendant in the, sorry to reach, you've got your ascendant always far left. The first house is always where the rising sign ascendant is. Right across the other side is your descendant, and Capricorn's your descendant in the 7th house, which is about relationships. If there is a dynamic that needs to be fixed, this is, I'm a broken record. This is the perfect time to deal with it, because you've got all these planets and Venus. By the time this is up, Venus will be in retrograde. In fact, one of my son's birthday is actually on the very day Venus goes retrograde. As I said, I've got Cancean sons. But yeah, what was I going to say here? I think I've lost my train of thought now. Ascendant, descendant. Because that's what we have, no matter what signs we are, that's the idea, is throughout our life to balance both the ascendant, the rising sign, the first out of the gate, we balance that with our opposite, which is the descendant. So your Cancean rising, so descendant would be Capricorn, other side. Chiron, healing needs to take place. Oh, that's what I was going to say. With Venus retrograde as well, because Venus is the ruling planet of Taurus and Libra. Taurus is about money and self-worth. Libra is about relationships. Combine those with the Venus retrograde as well. Venus is also encouraging you to heal relationships here. I think that's what's probably going on. And relationships of all kinds. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be family, even business, friends. If there's some sort of dynamic that you know is not, I feel like it's really sort of taken a bit of a toll on your emotions, or maybe even your self-worth. We haven't got Taurus up here at this point, but there's definitely communication. You can be the boss of the communication without being overly bossy or whatever. We haven't got Aries here. I mean, the Aries house is first house, first out of the gate, which is where our rising sign sits. Rising sign ascendant, always first house, which is Aries themed, covered obviously by Cancer for you guys, because your Cancer rises. Okay, wow. Well, these might have reversals, and if they do, we'll walk through that. Mercury, not in retrograde yet. I think he retrogrades. I think he retrogrades in September. Oh, again, if that's and he's upright. Okay, he's the ruling planet of Gemini and Virgo. You didn't get Virgo, did you? No. But Virgo is in your 3rd house, which is Gemini ruled. And Gemini is in your 12th. And you've got Uranus here, like I said, with the retrograde as well. He rules the 11th house and Aquarius themes. Where's Aquarius? I think Aquarius is in your 8th house, which is, again, 8th house is Scorpio themes. But Aquarius is in your 8th house, so it's got covered by the sign of Aquarius. I said we hadn't got Virgo. Well, we have now. Digest. This could either be literal, that you might have had digestive problems, which if you've been dealing with all these energies, it's quite possible that that's the case as well, because often our physical body will react before we know what's actually the issue in the emotional sense. And there might be digestive issues because whatever dynamic might be going on is hard to digest emotionally or mentally or whatever, or mentally and emotionally. And you might, by default, have digestive issues because of the stress. See how it can connect? So you need to, because Virgo is about your health, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, everything, spiritual Neptune. And again, spirituality doesn't have to have anything to do with organized religion. Spirituality can be found in many different ways. Through your creativity, you can find spiritual freedom that way. There's definitely healing that needs to take place, and I think it's across the board, not just physical with the digest thing, because I think you've been having a tough time, guys. Yeah, and if there has been some dynamic in some way with relationships, because Capricorn's covering the relationship house of Libra, like I said, it can be any form of relationships, and this is the retrograde energies. Mercury's not yet retrograde, but I think he will be next. He will be retrograde in September. I know that much. Yeah, I've got I think he starts. I think it's I've got it's either 10th of August or 10th of September. The pre-shadow will start. Darn. Well, I'll have to make a note of it and see. Oh, solar calm. And this is up in reverse, and it says clarify. No wonder it's in reverse, because this wow. Yeah. Oh, you poor little crustaceans. I call my sons crustaceans because they're both Cancean. Yeah, I think you can turn this around in August, though, because the retrograde energies are not here to punish you. If you have been feeling punished so far, because that's what I'm picking up. This is completely different energy from the reading before. Yeah, I think you've really had a tough time, guys. And I think the way to turn this guy around so that you can have some calm and peacefulness, because Canceans, that's what, here we go again, see? Yeah. Communication, yeah. Because my throat's going again, yeah. I think the way through is to communicate, and it doesn't have to be like really aggressive, because there's no, well, Mars is direct and he will not be retrograde all year, so he's working with you, so there's not going to be any of this frustration that we had last year when he was retrograde, because he, being retrograde, things are slowing down. It's not Mars-like to have things slow down, so to speak. So he's not retrograde, and he's going to be direct all year. So he is helping you here. Yeah, I think that this is your opportunity to speak up and get the balance of reciprocation between you and whoever else is any sort of relationship that's going on, so that you can find your spirituality again in whatever form that is, whether it's through creativity, through taking a walk in the forest or bushland or whatever, creativity, music, art. Yeah, there might be some sort of art thing that if you've sort of put it off or something, perhaps that's something as well to sort of get you a bit grounded and preoccupied in that sense, so that you don't have these heavy energies all the time. Have you tapped into your artistic style? You are Cancean after all, and mixing that with the Neptune that wants to help you. And yes, he's retrograde, but this is the whole thing. The retrogrades show you what's available for you, and it's obviously your choice whether you want or don't want whatever comes to you and shows you what's available to you. But until you speak up, don't hide in your shell. Speak up, because I think it's affecting your health. I really think it's affecting your health, not just mentally and emotionally, but physically. So healing needs to take place, and it needs to happen through communication with certain relationships, end any dynamics, or sort of tweak or change. It might just, I just feel that there's a bit of heaviness. My stomach just sort of got a bit tight as well just then. Oh, wow. But see, this is the thing though, you've got these energies to try and clear that dynamic. You do not need to put up with someone's bad behaviour if that's what's going on. You can, well, maybe you can disengage from it if you're not able to. But Uranus also likes to be a change maker, and like it says, sudden change. So this is needing to happen. Sudden change is needing to happen so you can heal in all different ways to do with health. And it's probably also going to heal whoever else is involved as well. Because what do I want to say? Because sometimes there is, although I was going to say sometimes it's not even needed to say something to the particular person. It can be, by default they can pick up, oh, hang on a minute, that's sort of, that happens when I do this or when I don't do this. But I really feel that there's a communication thing that has to happen with whatever relationship or relationships are happening. Sag likes freedom. The Sag sign. Where's Sag again? In your 6th, Virgo. Yeah, see, Virgo themes. And Virgo's in your 3rd, which is Gemini themes. So there's definite, there's too much of this communication thing coming through. So I think you're really needing to communicate and get out of your little shell. Come out of your shell, because by doing that, by coming out of your shell and communicating, even if just a little bit, it's going to be healing for you, at least you, if not you and whoever else is involved. And that is where you'll be tweaking and changing, making adjustments so that you can move into a better position. Because look what's going to be coming through. This is also still here, remember, 3-day window there, right? So from the full moon early August all the way to the 3-day window right before the new moon happens. So this is really the balsamic time as well, quite frankly. This is the last part before the new moon comes in. 3-day window, which is the balsamic healing phase. So there's, and look, what's this called? Is that Asclepius? See, the healing, because Mercury is the ruling planet of Virgo. There's a lot of healing that needs to take place, and there's a lot of communication as well. And this, that's why I've kept this upright instead of upside down, because right now it's upside down, and you have the power to change that. And I think that's where, because believe me, if you dig your claws in, or your pincers or whatever they're called with the crabs, if you dig your pincers in and don't make any changes and don't come out of your shell just a little bit to communicate how you feel, because any relationship we have has got more than one person, unless it's a relationship with ourselves. Any other relationship has always got 2 or more people involved, and one of them is you. Any relationship you have. So you're just as important. Wow. you can make this work, friends. You really can. Because you can be in the driver's seat. I've got a feeling that's what's going on. You can be in the driver's seat so that when that eclipse does turn up, when it comes around, whenever it is, sorry, I don't know when, but I'm pretty sure it's not this August. But the thing is, you clear this out, and then when the eclipse comes, it's not going to pull the carpet from under you. You're going to, if someone says, oh, gee, there's been an eclipse, and you're going to go, oh, really? Because you've already done the work. So the eclipse, if it was able to speak, would say, oh, you've done the work, I'll just go and find someone else to pull the carpet from under. That's pretty much it, because the eclipses and the retrograde energies are here for us to push ourselves, to get out of our comfort zone, because Canceans love to be in their comfort zone. And they're trying to nudge us to get out of our comfort zone, because I'm talking about the retrogrades, and make the changes necessary. And this is where you can do this now before this hits, so that it doesn't then end up. Because, see, if it is affecting your health, it's not going to get any easier for you by doing nothing. If you don't speak up for yourself, because, see, this is the healing thing. Like I said, Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. Healing, 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 healing. I think that you guys, the universe is saying this has to happen. You really have to get out of your shell a little bit. Get out of that comfort zone, because it's actually not as comfortable as you think it is. And you're going to be a whole lot more comfortable once you've dealt with it, and you'll feel like, wow, why didn't I deal with this sooner? And then you'll have your calm and peace. And then you'll have the comfort zone that actually is comfortable. Okay, sorry I really, wow, I'm getting in your face. It needed to be said. Whoever this is, yeah. Okay, what's the numerology for the Cancean risers? It doesn't have to be all negative, because you've got these energies are here. Even the eclipse, like I said, the eclipse is this. I'm feeling like this is giving you a heads up to say, work with these energies so that you don't have something come smack you in the face later on, because I've had some eclipses do that to me, and it's just like I've literally had my head in my hands and just saying no, 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 no. That's all. It was horrible, and it's happened a couple of times. And until I understood how to work with eclipses, like, and what sort of energies to expect. And now I know, I'm like, okay, all right, so an eclipse is going to be coming soon. So, okay, what do I need to look into? What will the eclipse, what sign will the eclipse be under? Where will it be hitting my chart? Blah, blah, blah. That sort of thing. Sorry, I don't have that information, because I keep forgetting. Whenever I see the eclipse card, I'm like, oh no, when's the next eclipse? I can't remember. So I was so busy trying to work out the Venus video. Like I said, it's up on the, I really recommend that you go and have a look at the Venus video to get more information, because I think that will also really help you with these energies to work through what's going on for you. Okay. Oh, we've got a couple that flipped. We've got a few of them that flipped. Okay. Oh, you want this one too? Is there any others? Yeah, because see, Venus is going to be, right? Venus is going to be retrograding in Leo. Leo happens to be your second house. And what's second house? Taurus themes, money and self-worth. If we don't feel good about ourselves, how are we able to bring the money in that we actually want? And if you've got digestive problems, this can be the start, at least, of an answer for you to deal with, to heal those, to start healing that, because you're going to be healing the relationship as well as your own body. And also Virgo and Taurus are about the physical body. And like I said, Taurus is your second house, and that's where Venus is going to be retrograding. So it's going to be second house for you guys. Money and self-worth. This is why I'm saying that, you know. So heal the emotional side, then you'll start to heal the physical. So there'll be a healing all round. It really will. Okay, so what did you get here? Teaching and learning. Well, see, this is the thing too. Relationships, I mean, we always have to grow within the relationships, because otherwise that's how people grow apart, if they're not growing together in any form, whether it's friendship, business, romantic, whatever. If you're not growing together, you're growing apart. Teaching and learning, you know, so you can teach, how do I put it? You teach people how to treat you, and they the same sort of thing. So if you're feeling, if your self-worth is low, then people just assume that they can treat you a certain way because it's okay, when it really isn't, because you're not speaking up. Maybe you've been in contemplation mode and wishing it wouldn't be a certain way. Well, this is how you get out of that. Communicating and then healing. So teaching and learning for them and you. And see, this is the heart chakra. This is, I think, the third eye and the crown chakra. So, you know, your third eye, like your psychic ability. And look, number 5 is freedom. 7 is the mind and creativity. The mind, we're talking about, you know, communication and thinking. And 5 and 7 is 3, action, activity, and communication. Third house, Gemini. What else have we got here? I don't mean to laugh at you guys, but here it is, communication. And this is the solar plexus. You know, feel good about yourself, because you need to have that self-worth too. And we just went through 3, action, activity, and communication. You've got it double, triple, and this is a master number. And this comes to a 6, which is temporary opportunity as well, which I always say, temporary opportunity doesn't mean it'll never come back. It means it's here now. Grab hold of it. Boom. Stop contemplating the navel and jump in, because you're here on planet Earth to have an experience as well. You're not here for everyone else. You know what I mean? You're here to experience life with others, but you're not here to put your life on hold for others. Hopefully that makes sense. Happy ending, see? You don't have to fear it. And look, communication again. And spirituality, big endings, big beginnings, and spirituality. Spirituality. And it's 3 again. 3, 3, 3. And the yellow solar plexus again, and the purple again, with the crown and the third eye, and the, you know, spirituality. Forgiveness. And forgiveness doesn't mean that you're saying whatever someone did is okay. That's the whole point. It's not okay. But it can't be your story anymore. It cannot. It cannot keep holding you back anymore. Psyche doesn't want that for you. Neither does the universe, really. It's time to shake it up with the Uranus energy. And you don't have to be aggressive about it, because, like I said, with the with all the retrogrades, even if we move in increments, it's still a step in the right direction. And you cannot sustain this anymore, because this is where you've been, or where you might still be. And now in August, you can change that to your benefit. And when you look after yourself and whatever dynamic, when you sort this dynamic out, It's going to make you feel so much better, and you're going to start feeling better within your body as well. So forgiveness is about not letting it be your story. It's not about, it's, you know, I say, I prefer to call it something like releaseness or something like that. Release it from you. You don't have to carry it. It's not, I have another saying sometimes. I say, I kind of think, it's not my bag, I don't have to carry it. It's not your bag, you don't have to carry it. Okay? So if someone else has issues, it's their issues, not yours. You don't need to take it on as your story. So, yeah, we've got temporary opportunity here. Again, see? So it's doubled up. Again, like I said, it doesn't mean it won't ever come back if it needs to. But right now, it's time to grab hold of it. Big beginnings, big endings, and spirituality again. So they've all sort of doubled up. And blue, throat chakra. Remember I was sort of clearing my throat earlier. Crown and third eye there. So you've got all these energies wanting to work in your favour for you. So you've got nothing to fear. Just be calm, but speak up, and don't hide in your shell, because it's not working in your favour, friends. You've got to look after your health. You really have to look after your health. You can't let this sort of thing stress you. You can't take on any more stress. That's what I'm getting. Oh, there you go. Okay. So is there any other messages for the Cancean risers about abundance for August? Oh, I've got a flipper there. Okay. Is there any other messages? Okay, is that just the two? Nope. All right. Had a feeling there was going to be another one. Oh, and another one. Oh, it flew across the room. Sorry. I'll just have to chase that one down. Okay, I think those two, we'll leave the one that jumped across the room till the end and see what it says. Okay, water, you're a water sign. Question, what do rich folk daydream and visualize about? Answer, yeah, whatever they want. Question, and what do poor folk daydream and visualize about? Answer, yeah, whatever they want. Okay, so then it says, you're coming along so quickly, the universe. So dream whatever you want, because it can manifest for you. Okay, and we've got growth here, see? You can be that tall tree, stand tall, you know, and have that self-worth. And look at all the green. Your earth, Virgo's an earth sign. And so is Taurus, like I said about the self-worth thing. The best thing about every financial meltdown, global or otherwise, is learning that whatever was lost can be recreated, exceeded, and made better than it was before. Hold on loosely, the universe. Exactly. See? So by looking after your health, by standing up and communicating about it, it's sort of pretty much by communicating, because that whatever the dynamic is that needs to be adjusted so that it benefits all involved, not just everyone else but you. You're part of the relationship in whatever relationship it is as well. Like I said, it can be platonic or romantic or whatever. And you're just as important in the relationship, and you need to see that if you're not already seeing it. Yeah. And then look, we've got a rainbow. Behold, a new day with rainbows, sunshine, and blue skies. New players, rebounds, see, because you can fix whatever was broken if you perceive that it was broken, and recoveries. Recovery, see, boom, recovery. Recover your physical issues by communicating your emotional ones. Abundance, health, and harmony, just like you've been picturing them, right? Right? Please tell me you've been picturing them. It takes so little, the universe. Exactly. So this is what I think is going to be your quest, if you want to put it like that, for August. Healing what needs to heal. It's a big job, but by you perhaps opening up, the other parties or whatever, the other people, person, whatever, might see things from a different way once you have spoken up about it, where they hadn't noticed it that way before. And there's the healing starting to come in. See, and you're probably going to think, boy, why didn't I do this before? This feels so much. Yes, it's going to be like a weight off your shoulders. It's going to be like you're releasing that ball and chain and you're feeling free. Did you get 5? Yes, 5 freedom. Yeah. When someone is so desperate to have what they want to have, do what they want to do, or be who they want to be, that they'd rather take little tiny teensy steps in the right direction. It just said in the direction of their dreams, right direction. Okay, so a step forward is a step in the right direction. Increments if you need to. You don't have to slam someone and go, I don't like this or whatever. It can just be sort of a peaceful, easygoing talk that you can bring certain things up, and then it opens the way. And then someone else goes, oh, I never thought that it was seen that way. Oh, wow, okay, let's look into that and let's change that. And then you'll go, whew, weight off my shoulders. Didn't know it'd be this easy to communicate it. Wow, I'm starting to feel healthy. You're going to notice it. You really will. Okay, so where are we up to? Teensy tiny steps. Like I said, retrogrades, taking increments in increments is still a step in the right direction. So little tiny teensy steps in the direction of their dreams, then face one more single day of doing without. You have been doing without. This has been too much. No more. Time to turn this around. That's why I've kept it upright, because I know you can do this, guys. I believe in you, and so does the universe. I just can't help. This is the universe again, see? I just can't help but open the floodgates. It's my greatest weakness. Was that a step? See, there you go. Was that a step? One step is still a step in the right direction. All it might take is one teeny tiny step. What is it? Tiny teensy step. And you'll be like, oh, wow, I didn't know it'd be this easy. I've been stressing about it. I've been worried about how to make changes. And all I needed to do was X, Y, Z. Instead of, complicating matters for yourself. Okay, what do the guardian angels want you guys to know? So, the Cancean rises. Wow, all of them? Okay. Okay, there's my... Oh, yes, okay. Okay, one more and see if there's any more that want to come through, because there's quite a few. Okay, no, that's it. There's a few in here. What came first? think that's how they... Right, got it. All right, here it is. Well, conflict. Yeah, because remember that came in reverse and I refused to turn it reverse now. I want it upright for you guys because I believe that you can work with these energies and make it work for you and improve your health as a result. Okay, so conflict. Feelings which you have suppressed for a long time. Oh, surprise. Sorry, but yeah. Are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. Communication, 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 healing. Need to pop that up there. Sorry. I think you're getting the point, friends. Sorry to be in your face, but yeah, I'm going to be in your face. I'm sorry about that. They're yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. You are torn between what you think is the right thing to do and what your heart wants. And this is the primary cause of stress in your life. Oh, boom, stress. See what I've been saying? Spirit knows. Primary cause of stress in your life. Where your angels urge you to follow your heart. Do what you would love, not what you think you should. Yep. Stop taking on more responsibility than is yours to take on, if that makes sense. I think I'll pop these where? Here? Oh, maybe I'll leave that there. Because I don't want to cover Chiron. I think I'll just put it like that. Yeah, all right. Sorry. So we've got this communicated. I think I want to put it down the bottom again like I did with the others before because I think it's going that's going to be the past. What's this? Gratitude. Thank you. This is a heartfelt thanks to you from someone you recently helped in some way. I, your guardian angel, also wish to thank you for the unconditional love you emanate to the earth, humanity, and those around you. See, you're giving. It's time to receive. Forgive yourself for anything that you think, that you perceive is needing to be forgiven. That's probably also what it is as well. Forgive yourself. We can't always know what other people think and do everything that people want their way. Like I said, I mean, you don't have to wait for someone else to approve of when you can take a breath. You know? And neither should you be living for someone else. You need to have a life too. I think this is what's coming through here. So I, your guardian angel, also wish to thank you for the unconditional love you emanate to the earth, humanity, and those around you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are eternally blessed. Sorry about that, I got tongue-tied. May peace, grace, and love forever guide you along your sacred path. I want to put that there. Balance, yep, there's balance is needed, obviously, because there's conflict. I want to hide this card. There's conflict, but balance is what will balance will be restored, which is why I refuse to turn this upside down like it was in reverse initially, because I think that calm can come to you and others once you communicate. Difference is a necessary part of human evolution, and everything in life is comprised of opposites. And that's because, see, a full moon is opposing the sun. It is, in fact, an opposition to the sun. That's how we see the light of the moon. When it's a new moon, it's the sun conjunct the moon, so that's why we can't see it at night when it's a new moon. Everything in life is comprised of opposites which together make life whole. If you light a candle in a room already flooded with light, the light of your candle would be indistinguishable from the light which already exists. Because of darkness, we are able to perceive perceive light. Both are necessary. So there's been darkness, but by recognizing the darkness, you can now move towards the light because you now also are able to recognize the light. Believe. Be open to all possibilities and opportunities. Let go of preconceived ideas. There is nothing to fear. You are constantly surrounded by love. Start to believe in yourself, exactly, and trust your instincts. See, here we go again. Instincts. Well, Canceans and Pisceans, very psychic, intuition, instincts. Trust your instincts. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities abound provided you are flexible. Don't be so stuck in the mud with your claws, with your pincers, I think they're called, with the crabs. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities abound provided you are flexible and retain an open heart and mind. Believe all is possible because it is. What else have we got here? Prayer. Dear guardian angel, help me dissolve past guilt or regret. Here we go again. Forgive yourself and the situation so that you can let it go and move forward. Help me to see that all is always in perfect and divine order. Help me to let go of the fear that I project on my future. Yes, let go of that fear. Come out of your shell a bit. Help me to live fully within each precious moment and feel your eternal love within and around me. Help me to realize and fulfill my true potential. Thank you. Yes, true potential. Creativity of the sun. First house, your rising sign, the first thing the world sees. It's time that the world actually saw that and you stopped hiding in your shell. Come out, heal yourself, and feel healthy again, physically as well. I think there's a physical attribute with this for sure as well. That's going to be a knock-on effect of dealing with these energies or working with these energies. Actually, these energies are here for you to deal with whatever's been holding you back, and perhaps you'll find out that it's actually been holding that person or people or whoever back as well, because they've been in a certain dynamic and sort of got comfortable in that. And like I said again, with the comfort zone thing, you might think that you're in a comfort zone, but then when you get out of that one, you'll actually recognize what is actually a proper comfort zone, which is a genuine comfort that you're going to feel in so many ways. Invitation. We, your guardian angels, ask you to invite us into your heart. Talk to us at any time. Share with us your fears and concerns, as well as your joys and pleasures. There is no need to be formal, for we have known you since before the dawn of time. In fact, we know you better than you know yourself, and we love you just as you are. Exactly. Love you just as you are. I'm going to hop that on top because I think you're going to clear the conflict. That whatever conflict it is that's been happening, it's coming to an end, my friends. Don't fear it, because these energies are going to support you. Psyche is also going to support you. She's a powerful asteroid. She's going to support you working on this, because it's going to improve your life so much more. Inspiration. A wave of inspiration and a stream of beautiful ideas are about to enter your aura. Wow. It is important that you trust your intuition at this time. Pay attention to unusual thoughts that come to your mind, and do not discard. I said discard, but this says, and do not discount your imagination. Yeah, do not discard it, because I think that's pretty much what you've been doing, giving up on yourself, perhaps. No more. Time for healing. Time for you to get self-worth back again, because it's like a package deal kind of thing. You come out of your shell even a little bit and do a few steps that you feel comfortable doing. A step forward is still a step in the right direction. And all of the retrogrades and the eclipse energy is going to work in your favor, because, like I said, you're going to be in the driver's seat. You've got this power. So a wave of inspiration and a stream of beautiful ideas are about to enter your aura. It is important that you trust your intuition at this time. Pay attention to unusual thoughts that come to your mind, and do not discount your imagination. Many wonderful ideas which have served humanity were initially scoffed at or ridiculed. Again, if someone's been treating you in a bad way, the dynamic has to end if it's been a negative one, because it's only holding you back, and the universe wants so much more for you than what you have held yourself back from, really. I don't think you've even touched the pinnacle of the top of the iceberg yet, but you're going to in August. Many wonderful ideas which have served humanity were initially scoffed at or ridiculed. We, your guardian angels, will help you discover ways to apply your ideas and manifest new realities for your life. Yes. I think that can go there. That can go there. I think you've got the idea. 333, communication and creativity, mind and creativity, freedom. This is going to be freedom all round. Yeah. I want to hide that guilt one, because I think that that's enough. You don't need that guilt anymore. It's done with. It's time to move forward. The universe, I can feel that there's, it's like on the other side of this, whatever this is, once you have the courage, even just a little step forward, you don't have to rush forward and be all frightened and everything like that about what situation might crop up or who's going to react in a certain way or whatever. Take it slowly, but keep these energies in mind, because they all want to work in your favor. And on the other side of this is so much more waiting for you that you don't even know. It's like I can feel that there's all this palpable energy that wants to come through the door and say, hey, look what we want for you. Look what you can have. This is yours. It's waiting for you. Get out of your comfort zone. Open that door to communication, which will open the door to abundance, happiness, wealth in all ways, because financial wealth is often incumbent on our physical health as well, because the physical can often be, like I said, it can, if we're feeling emotionally down, that's when we're more susceptible to getting sick. Or if there's any stress, or something like that, it can manifest as a physical ailment. And then if we're not physically healthy and emotionally healthy, then most often is the case that we're not financially healthy either. So I think this is going to help in so many ways. The door is going to open and you're going to just see all these golden things wanting to come to you, like gold, money, everything, it's all waiting for you on the other side of the door. You just have to just open it a little bit at a time, but it's ready for you, Do that bit of communication. Don't fear it, because even with these powerful energies of the eclipse. The eclipse wants you to be in the driver's seat. The eclipse energy, it wants you to go, right, okay, what dynamic is not working, is not healthy, is you know, it's so stressful that it's affecting my health or the health of others or both. This is really, it's sort of, again, I think I want to say it's kind of like butterfly effect. Once you just open the door a little bit and start to communicate and realize that you're just as important in whatever relationship or relationships that are going on, that the dynamic needs to work in favor of you as well. It's all the floodgates are gonna open, and you're gonna be like, wow, I never realized how good it could be on the other side of the door, because I was in my shell thinking this was my comfort zone when it really wasn't genuinely comfortable at all. Sorry to be in your face, but I think you got the point. If you've been in this dynamic, please be open to working with these energies, because this is what they want for you. They want you to be in the driver's seat. They want you to be in control. And there's so much waiting on the other side of the door for you. It's all going to come together once you get that little bit of courage just to do that little step forward, and then things will start, it's going to be transformative for you and whoever else is involved in a good way. So don't fear it. Okay, so with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck for August. And until next time, bye for now.